Eclectic Soul Podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome back. This is
Eclectic Soul Podcast.
Oh my
everybody.
God, she jumped in and said it before I could get it out of my mouth. I was pausing for dramatic effect and she just ran with it. But you know who that is. That is Jen and I am Jen.
So what are we doing today?
So we are
It's time for spring.
It's time. Yes, it is. It's all spring.
It is spring.
It is spring. The spring has sprung.
And the way that we're going to do this reading is we're basically going to read together. So we're using two decks. I'm using a tarot deck. She's using an oracle deck. And we're going to read the cards one by one. She's going to go, then I'm going to go. But the whole reading is one joint reading.
Yes.
And the way that we have decided that we're going to do the spread is it's all about growth.
Yes.
The first two cards are growth in the past. So how this person has grown or shown growth in the past. Then the third card, or the middle card, is going to be the current growth.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last two cards on the far right are going to be
The future
growth.
Yep. Well, the first card that I have, I am reading left to right. The left card is a very vivid green card with a fairy sitting with food in front of it, and it's called moderation. And normally when you see food in moderation, you think, oh, okay, that means learn to eat and, moderation, not to gore yourself on food and make yourself sick, but not go without food too. You need to eat throughout the day. However, knowing that this is based on growth, in the past, this person was able to do things in moderation. Watching his boundaries, watching what he did, how he did it, was, I would say, spot on with what he was doing. He was okay. The little narrative that's on it says, is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthfully. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Well, that could be said with things, when you're in life, living a life, it's okay in moderation to have certain friends, or to maybe drink alcohol in moderation, or to work in moderation, to play in moderation, to have balance in what it is you do. Keeping that balance will help you maintain a balance, and you're not stressing yourself out, you're not overworking yourself, you're not overextending yourself, causing you more stress and harmful situations to play in the mind. I think that basically covers it. What would be your first card?
So my first card is the Six of Cups reversed.
Oh.
So in tarot, I always talk about what the card is upright first, before talking about what it is reversed. So the Six of Cups in general is a really happy card because it's all about the past. It's all about those fond memories that you had, people that you used to know, just that nostalgic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But because this card is reversed, it means that things from the past were very difficult. So these are like sad memories or difficult memories, or people in the past that maybe did you wrong, or it just maybe you just don't want to see them or confront them.
Right.
And so what this is saying to me is that because this is growth, and because in tarot when you have something reversed, it means that the person hasn't grown from this. And it's kind of saying that this is something that needs growth. It needs to be turned the other way around. So this person has not gotten over something from the past, whether this is multiple things like specific memories or situations that happened in the past, or specific people, something that's centered around a specific person or persons that is very difficult for them. There's sad memories there that they have not overcome. Yeah, they haven't moved on from.
And since we both know of this person, knowing that I can see this, I can see my card with what we know of him. I can also see that card,
Right.
and that right there just explains a few things, that even though we're both reading different types of cards, and we both put in our energy, our thoughts into our cards when we were reading for this, can also bring out the outcome. It depends on what we're picking up from that person, what we're channeling. So I can see that. Now, the second card I have is very beautifully bright, vivid purples with some pinks, some blues, some white, and it's all about friendship here. And it says, fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dream. And knowing that this is in his past, I can say that not only did he have good friends from his childhood that still is in his life, that he has friendships with, the people in his work environment that he has built and had friendships with and still have them, and the fact that they've encouraged him and supported him, and that this person's even had a parent to support and say, go for what it is you want to do. I'm here for you. That is good. That's good to know that means that he does have a good foundation, and that sometimes things do happen, and that's a good thing. That does mean that he did have good stepping stones in his past that could help him with certain situations that could affect him in life, whether it was the past, the present, or the future. So this is good. So what do we got?
And your card actually goes really well with my card.
Okay.
Because it is all about support. So we have the death card upright. And so this is saying that the death card in general just means transition or change.
Right.
This is in the past. Can also actually mean a death in the past as well.
True.
But it's upright. So this is indicating that there actually has been growth, or that there has been kind of a moving on from a difficult situation, a transition, or a death, all of the above. And because it's upright, you could also say that it's because he had a lot of support, he was able to transition from one stage to the other.
Correct. And I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And so then moving on with what's happening around him as we speak right now. This says precious time, and it's a fairy. And imagine that there is an owl in this picture. It's like she's sitting in a room. There is a clock. There's books. There is another form of timepiece there, and there's another clock. Wow, this signifies quite a bit. There's another clock. Oh my Lord, have mercy. This is a lot of clockwork here. So it says the fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' times either. So to me, this is saying, okay, here's now. This is what you're in now. We understand that your time is precious. It's value. You have a value. You are valuable. Your time is valuable. Don't waste it. Also, don't waste others. Don't dwell on every little thing that may be bothering you. Get it off your chest, whether you're writing it down, talking to a counselor, talking to a friend, talking to a family member, talking to a complete stranger. Sometimes can do it because they're very biased. They don't know you. And they may actually be able to give you a tidbit of insight that can help you go, ah, that's something that I didn't think of. And that might be something he needs right now. Because it is a crucial moment for him right now, what he's going through. Things have changed quite a bit for him. Things have been extremely hard for him. And we don't wish anyone that we know or care about to suffer. I am the type of person that has no problem telling people how I feel. However, when it comes to people I love, I don't like to hurt them. I don't like to fight with them. I don't like to share my burdens on them, because I feel if I do that, then I'm burdening them, and then they're going to feel what I'm going through, and I don't wish to do that. But that's me. I shouldn't do that. Some people have the knack to get me to talk. And one's sitting across from me. Another one lives 3 hours from me. So, yeah. So that's just what he needs to realize, is that every experience he's ever been in, whether being bullied, losing someone, having something wonderful happen to him, having something bad happen to him, it's all an experience to go through the emotions, allow that to take place, process it, move forward. Don't dwell in it. Don't sit within the clockwork of the ticking of the clock, and don't waste other people's time with it, especially if you already know the answer. Be brave enough to step and push through it and carry on. And that's how I view this card. So what's your take on your third card?
Okay, so we have a court card.
Okay.
So we have the Knight of Swords. And court cards represent people usually.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a representation of him in the current moment, in a growth state. So because it is upright, this is basically saying that there has been some improvement or growth from the past in this particular situation. The way that I view court cards is the type of court card that it is, so like a queen, a king, a page, a knight in this case. To me, personally, I read them as stages of development.
Right.
Okay. So a knight is kind of in the middle there.
Right.
So not a page, but not a king.
Right.
Or a queen. So this is definitely somebody that is on the road to success in a particular area, but they're not 100% there yet. Okay. To take note of the suit. So swords indicate mental things in the mind.
Right.
But it also has to do with the way that you express things that are going on in the mind to the outside world. So communication is another big thing about swords.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, and you can even look at the picture too, the guy is holding up a sword, and he's really gung-ho, and looks like he's gonna like slash somebody, but he's looking towards the future. So this is definitely a great card for growth when you're talking about that, because that means that this person is definitely wanting to change. They definitely want to move towards the future. They don't want to be in the situation that they are currently in.
Right.
Because this is a sword, though, this is indicating that in the past there was probably some kind of stagnant communication. So maybe they weren't able to express their ideas correctly, or they just couldn't express them at all. But it also can indicate just, anything that's going on in the mind, like racing thoughts, anxiety, stuff like that. But because it is upright and because he is a knight, this is somebody who is basically, a knight is like extreme energy. So this is somebody who like went from like completely chill, like maybe not really working on anything, to like being like super like, I'm gonna do something about this now. Like they're really, they're really passionate about wanting to express, wanting to communicate, um, wanting to move forward. And it's also like a very decisive card. So this is somebody who's like made a decision to move forward.
Yay. I like that. Now, on to my fourth card here. It says protect your dreams. Excuse me. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. And knowing this person is a dreamer. This person dreams a lot. This person talks about dreaming a lot. This person, knowing their personality trait, keeps a lot of stuff inside and doesn't always share everything. And sometimes that's a good thing, because sometimes you want to keep things to yourself. But you have to know what you want to keep to yourself, what is best to keep to yourself, and what is best to let go. So this is saying, as long as you protect your dreams, as long as you know what's good to keep locked inside, that keeps you moving forward, keeps you whole, keeps you still working towards your goal, and you're letting go what does not resonate with you anymore. Talk about it, move it, get it, push it behind you, because the way this fairy is sitting, she's got like paper or something over her heart, and it's glistening. So that means it's coming from the heart. But that she's looking north, she's looking up. So, I would say this might be a way that if you share your dreams, you want to share it with God, or share it with someone you love that has passed on, that is looking down from heaven onto you. Mm-hmm. That's where, even though they're your deepest secrets, your deepest dreams, your deepest desires, you can still feel safe in saying it. What you got over there, girlie?
So my card goes really well with yours.
Oh, wow.
So we have the Eight of Cups, and it's upright. And this card is basically let it go. So this card is all about just the negative emotions, disappointment, sadness, and just kind of sitting with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then knowing when to let it go, when to move on. And if you look at the picture, you'll see that there's like a man who looks like a bird, here he's got wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, he has the will to fly away.
Right.
Right. But he's just sitting there in contemplation, thinking about all of these emotions that keep him there. Right. And he can just pick up and fly away. So to me, this is saying that in the future, this is something that needs to happen in order for him to continue to grow. Of course, it's in the future, so we don't know if he's actually going to do this, right?
Right.
But it's something that has to happen,
mm-hmm.
In order for him to continue to grow into the future.
Okay, my last card. This is actually a really good card. This is what his future can completely be. And this is the Happy Fairy of Sunshine. And it brings lots of life-giving energy. And she reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. This is another moving forward card. If he lets go what does not resonate with him, and he keeps moving forward, and he's willing to talk within the shadows, or with a counselor, or with a friend, where no one else can hear, so it's a private conversation, gets off what bothers him on his chest when it bothers him, and just release it. Let it out. And knowing that every time that he does this, every time he processes this, and every time he moves forward, he's allowing more and more light to come into his heart, into his thought process, into his life. Another thing that he has always liked has been sunflowers. Sunflowers have a tendency to grow, and they will physically turn the face of their flower towards the sun, that he can still continue to move forward and keep generating a light from within himself and shine outward. And it'll keep him out of the darkness. It'll keep him out of the shadows. And that's how I see this card. And if you see, she's engraced or being graced with light. She's got all types of little beautiful colors. There's snow. Look, I didn't even know it. And there's sunflowers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even pick up the card and looked at it, and there's sunflowers there. But shine your light, and he knows what the light is. So please shine your light. No longer the shadow. You're a beautiful, glowing, wonderful human being that knows what pain is, knows what suffering is, knows what it is, but you're able to let it go, and you're able to step into the future bigger, better, bolder, more badass. Just you and your beautiful self, and be who you are.
So it's kind of amazing that that card is there, because my card is the Star reverse. And so there is a parallel there. You're talking about light.
Mm-hmm.
So the beginning card was also reversed, and the ending card is reversed.
Mm-hmm.
And so just kind of as a reminder of how I would look at this, reversed cards mean that there is going to be a struggle. So the likelihood of him overcoming this is going to be very difficult, meaning that it's probably not going to be like immediate, and it's going to take a really long time, if at all. So the Star basically upright means that the person has confidence and hope and faith in the future, and has just a positive outlook that things are going to be okay. So what this is telling me is that he doesn't see things that way. So he's depressed. He doesn't think that things in the future are going to be okay. He's lost faith, and it's saying that he has to overcome this in order to grow as a person. Like, he can't just stay in this mindset forever. He has to find a way to overcome it. And so it's basically saying that it needs to happen, but again, it is reversed. So that means that it is definitely going to be something that he's going to be working on. It might be lifelong. If you're just looking at all of the cards, it's just showing you what is difficult and what's not difficult for him, right? The stuff that's upright is stuff that he's overcome, or stuff that he is at least attempting to overcome, and it's a little bit easier, right?
Right.
The stuff that's reversed is stuff that he's still not dealing with.
It's really hard for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's sad. Because he's actually a sweet person. So.
Yeah.
My heart just beats for him, though.
But anyway, that was our growth reading.
Yes.
So, but anyway, thank you guys for sitting with us and doing this reading. And
yes. And if you ever want a reading or want to be a part of the show or have a question you would like to ask for us to do a reading on in the show, and we would love to do that. So, one question per show. We'll mix them in between what we want to do. But yeah, we would love to do that. I think it would be interesting. Until next time, stay safe. Eat well, sleep well, get enough rest. Tell those you love them that you love them. You need someone to talk to. We're here. Find someone to talk to. our door is open. So until then, blessed be. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Happy Easter. And if you would like to contact us, you may do so at our email, eclecticsoulpodcast@gmail.com. Our Instagram account is Eclectic Soul Podcast. Our Facebook is eclecticsoul.org. Our YouTube is Eclectic Soul.
If you want to reach me, my personal website is Music and Mystery. My SoundCloud is the SoundCloud page, the soundcloud.com/Jennifer-Feltman. My Facebook is at Music and Mystery, and my Instagram is at Music and Mystery.
And if you would like to reach me personally, my Facebook is at Just Call Me Jinjin. My Instagram is at Call Me Jinjin or Look for Goddess. And my Twitter is at Jen Sullivan. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Blessed be.